Ah, hello there everyone. My name is Nick and I'm about to give you a tour of my Livingston apartment here at Rutgers University, New Brunswick. We have lived here for an entire school year. It is May and we are about to graduate in a few weeks. We love this place and we want to show you around our 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment here in Livingston B. So let's do it. Let's start from the outside. All right, we're outside. We got this on our door because we got to move out soon. Let's go inside. Of course. So we start our apartment tour and we enter straight into the kitchen and we are greeted by Nicki Minaj. We live in a 4-bedroom apartment, so there's room A, B, which is mine, and then C and D. We have 2 bathrooms and we have a bunch of storage. So when you first walk in, we have this storage closet here. We use it for just a bunch of random stuff, including our vacuum. One of my roommates doesn't use their nightstand and we had an extra bar stool that we didn't like. And it's just general storage. We've had like paper towels and toilet paper in there, just really like nothing too complicated, just a storage closet, but there is a rack in there if you'd like to use it for jackets. And then you enter straight into our kitchen. Now, I will say that every single apartment in the Livy Apartments is a little bit different, so your kitchen might not look like mine, and your layout might not be like mine. If you want to see the layouts for all the apartments, I do recommend you go on the housing website before picking a room because you can see what the layout of your room is. You can see like the size of your windows. Some apartments have their kitchens like directly in the middle of the apartment. Ours is like the kitchen and then one giant hallway. Some are flipped, some are mirrored, some are bigger, some are smaller, some have 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. So like, I definitely would highly recommend looking at the floor plan. B and C, building B and building C are completely identical, just flip-flopped, and then building A is like completely different. So make sure you look. The rooms all look generally the same and they all are kind of styled the same, but they're a little tad bit different. So we didn't really care. We wanted a room that was nice and all of them are nice, and so this is why we went with this one. But let's continue showing you around. So like I said, here's the kitchen. As with every single apartment I've ever had at Rutgers, there is so much storage. We have a full-size fridge. We have a really nice electric stove and oven, and then a microwave. And you see all of our food there, and it's like packed pretty much in all of these cabinets. And we also have a dishwasher. Most places don't have a dishwasher, but we have one. I lived with my roommates for 2 years now. This is my 2nd year living with them. Love them all. They're my friends. I've known them for 4 years. But this is the first year I would say that we really harnessed the power of having a kitchen. Like, we've never really done that before until this year. So that's why we have all this food and our fridge is packed and all of these cabinets are packed. But it's like really big. It's a lot of storage. There's so much room for everything. I promise that you're not gonna be short on storage. Everyone can have their own cabinets. There's storage like literally all the way up to the ceiling, even above the fridge. It's crazy. And then there's no dining room, but we do have this like little island peninsula thing, and it came with 4 bar stools, but like I showed you, one of ours is in the closet just because we didn't want it blocking our cabinets. So we just have these 3 up here and it works perfectly fine for us. We actually rarely sit over here, like maybe once in a blue moon, but we usually sit over on our couch. And speaking of our couch, welcome to our living room. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite living room that I have had here at Rutgers. We have a giant window. I will give a heads up, not all apartments have these giant windows. We saw it in our floor plan and it was one of the reasons why we loved it. Our view is like, okay. It is not the prettiest view, it really is just the parking lots and whatever that is, but I will say that the bonus is that really cool view of New York City all the way over there. On a nicer day, you can see it a lot more clearly, but that is definitely a perk, and this is just beautiful. It's been so nice throughout the year seeing all the trees change and everything. It's really cool. The other tip I'm gonna give is that you might be so tempted to pick one of the rooms that face Livingston, but just know that these hallways are massive and the walk all the way from the elevator to around the building to the other side is so long. You do not wanna be carrying your groceries or laundry around there. Do yourself a favor and get a room closer to the elevator. You might get a big window and you might get a nice quiet view like this. I also feel like the rooms that are facing Livingston are just constantly on display. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing a room. We ended up loving this side and it's super bright in here. Again, we do have a bigger floor to ceiling window. Not all apartments have that, but if you're on the corner or if you get like just an odd one out, you got one. So this is so nice. We love it. I'm gonna miss it. We use it for decoration. It's so cool. Our couch is pretty comfy. My only complaint is that the pillows are always like moving all over the place, like the cushions fall off the couch all the time. We have a tapestry from Amazon and we have some leaves all over our wall. The couches and the table and the end tables and the TV stand all came with Rutgers, but everything else we brought ourselves. The lamp came from Rutgers. This tree is mine. Imagine me moving that upstairs. We just have some general storage, blankets, our coffee table books, and some board games and stuff in there. And then we have our TV, which we did by ourselves. And honestly, this wall has been one of my favorite parts about my apartment as well. And of course, our little animal wall, we love it. Look at her. She's a queen, literally. And I also just want to shout out that I do have lights all the way around my living room. They go down the walls. And so at night when this place is pretty dark, we turn those on and it is the absolute best mood lighting ever. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is my favorite place I've ever lived at Rutgers. I lived in a regular residence hall. I've lived in the Easton Ave apartments, and then we lived here. We were trying to get the yard, but we did not get the yard. But we are, I speak for all of us when I say we are so happy. My roommates primarily have classes on Cook Doug, I work on Bush, and I have classes on College Ave, so we are really never here on Libby besides just like living here, and there's no issues whatsoever. We legit love this place, especially because we get our own bedrooms, so let's go check those out. So all the bedrooms are pretty much identical. The only thing that differs is where the door is placed and where the window is placed, but I am room B, which I think is one of the best spots to have, and this is my room. So like I mentioned, all of the rooms are pretty much identical. They all come with the same thing. It's one of these armoire dresser things, one of these dresser things. You get a rollable nightstand that goes under the desk, or you can put it under your bed, an entire desk, and a bed. So I will say the rooms are generally pretty small. When I first walked in here the first day, I was like, oh my God, this place is tiny, especially coming from Easton Ave apartments where I shared a larger room with my roommate on that side of the wall. So this was definitely a change. However, I am telling you, it is the perfect space. With the living room, that's where we usually have people over if we have people over, but like in your room, it's a little small for socializing, but it works if you needed it to happen, and you have an amazing living space out there where you can actually like hang out with your friends. Starting with my favorite piece of furniture, we have like our armoire dresser thingy. I have two baskets up there, and this thing has been a godsend. This is better than any like closet I had in any apartment at Rutgers. It fits so much stuff, and it's like barely even full. That door always closes on its own, but there's like some little command hooks that I have on the side here that came with my dresser. I guess somebody hung them up before. I have my belts on this side. Sometimes I hang things up over there as well. There's storage in here as well. It fits an entire storage cube, and that's like my first aid kit. And then I have like things that just need to be hung up here. So like my dress shirts for work and all of my work uniforms and stuff like that, as well as my cap and gown. Oh my gosh, crying. And then there's a shelf down here as well that I put my sweatshirts on. And then I have two drawers. My first drawer has pants and jeans. I have to do laundry. And then I have my sheets and some towels in there. And that is the armoire thing. Then we go to the dresser. As with every year, I have hats hanging above it, and then I have a bunch of things over here. These are all of my like everyday used toiletries. I have my well, this is where everyday toiletries are supposed to go, but they always end up outside the basket. And then I have my to-go basket. This is where I keep my keys, my wallet, everything that I need to go is this. And this is my clothes basket. So if I'm wearing clothes tonight, or if I'm changing into an outfit for tomorrow morning, I'll always set it right here. I have been using this basket system since freshman year, literally telling you it's a game changer. Have a place where you always are gonna put your keys, always are gonna put your next outfit, always you're gonna put like your little toiletries. It's the best. It's my best tip to have. And then each drawer itself is also really big. My underwear and socks and pajamas. And then I have shirts, long sleeve shirts, shorts, long pants. And then we have the little nightstand thing. With the way my room is set up, my desk kind of serves as a nightstand. So I pulled this out from underneath just to give myself more leg space. And I just keep storage in here. It's just random markers, highlighters, command strips. And this is basically the junk drawer with like a microphone and whatnot. And then I have my desk. So my personal window in my room fits my desk inside of it perfectly. So if you can see, my desk is like inside the window. Is that a fire hazard? Probably, but I keep it there anyways. I have this same shelf that I've had for 4 years now. I actually wrapped it in a darker wood color, like wrapping paper kind of thing, just to match my desk because my perfectionist thing would have killed me. But I have photos everywhere. This is where I do most of my work, and I have my lamp, and I have some lights that go right around my window as well. And then moving on to my bed, I have the same bed comforter sheets that I've had for a few years, and I have my little gallery wall with Britney Spears comic books and records there, and I have a lamp. And that's pretty much my room. Like I said, I've loved this room. It's been my favorite, legit my favorite part of living here. It's so nice. I've never had my own room. Well, that's not a lie. That's a lie. I had my own room sophomore year when I lived at Easton Ave Apartments because it was during COVID. Shout out to that dorm tour. That's probably the best dorm tour I've ever done. Go watch it. But I love this room. It's my favorite, and it's so quiet. You get so much good light with the shades down. It's nice and dark. It's so good. And I also love my location in my apartment. So we have A, B, C, D in one long hallway. If you have apartment A, it's the one closest to the living room. In our apartment, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like that everywhere. but I love B because it's not situated right next to the living room, so it's not too noisy, and it's not situated right next to the bathroom, so it's not too noisy from there. I feel like I have the best apartment. I have the best room in the apartment for sure. Going back out to the hallway, we have a utility closet, we have our electrical panel, and then we have 2 bathrooms and 2 more bedrooms, as well as a storage unit down at the end of the hall that came with the apartment. So these are my roommates' rooms on either side of me, so I won't go in there, but we have 2 sinks and 2 bathroom, toilet, shower combinations. So room A and B, we use that one, and room B and C uses that one. That's just something that we planned. You know, there's no one telling you what you have to use. You can do whatever you want. But you know, our sinks are college student sinks, so don't make fun of it. Again, there's a lot of storage. We have trash under there and just a bunch of regular toiletries under there, but there's a lot of space. We are always here getting ready with each other in the morning, and it's always been perfectly fine. Going into the bathroom, I want to give a heads up that there are actually 2 different bathrooms. So we have this one for me and my roommate next to me, and this is actually the bigger of the 2 bathrooms. The other bathroom is slightly smaller, at least in our apartment. I can't speak the same for every single apartment here at Livy, but that's how ours is. This is probably the best bathroom I've ever had. Honestly, I love it. It's really, really nice. I've heard people at the yard having issues with their bathrooms, but we don't. We have hot water for literally hours straight. The water pressure is great. Could be better. I'd rate it like an 8 out of 10. The only thing that it lacks is kind of like shower storage. Like there's really not a lot. So we keep all our stuff on the floor. But that's really it. There's plenty of places to put your towels. There's 2 entire racks and 2 sets of hooks. So for 2 roommates to share this is perfect. And again, there's a lot of space. And something my roommates and I did just kind of like keep everything matchy-matchy is that this bathroom has like green mats, and so we have green and they have blue ones. So one of my roommates is actually showering right now, but their bathroom is just slightly smaller. Honestly, that's pretty much it for the apartment. It's like a great size. There's so much room. Like I said multiple times, there's a bunch of different layouts, so definitely go on the housing website and look at the different layouts if you're interested, but I love this place. We are moving out in about 27 days, and I'm really sad, but whoever gets this apartment next, apartment 441, you got a good place to live in, and we treated it well. So I'll just give y'all one last overview of the hallway of all 4 rooms, as well as our living room. Here it is. We legit, like I said, love, love, love this place, and I'm really, really, really gonna miss it. It is the absolute nicest place I've ever lived. So, yeah. One final thing that I will say about the Livy Apartments is that we have the absolute best lounge spaces. There is a quiet lounge on every single floor, and then on the 2nd and 3rd floor and the 6th and 7th floor, there's a 2-floor lounge that has like a bunch of different desks. One of them has a conference room. It's really, really great. Definitely like a homework study place. And then on our 1st floor, we have a giant building lounge that is like pool tables, TV, there's a ping pong table. It's really, really nice. There's a bunch of people there all the time. And we have great facilities. We have a great laundry room. We have our very own like communal kitchen as well. So if for whatever reason you needed to book out an entire kitchen and you don't want to use your own, you can do that there. It's a really, really, really nice building. So like I said, building B and C are identical in that sense. Building A is slightly different. So the rooms look the same, but the floor plan of like their lounges and whatnot is completely different. It's a little funky in there. And then one other thing that I want to give a heads up on is that online it may say that we have gyms and a computer lab. We do not. That has been one like absolute downfall of living here, is that there is like no gym in our building. I used to be spoiled when I lived at Easton. There is a gym fitness room, but there is no equipment in it. So it is just a hardwood floor with mirrors. So if you want to bring your own like rack of weights or something, or you want to bring your own yoga mat or anything, you can use it as like an open fitness studio, but there is no equipment in there, which sucks because there's supposed to be. And then there is also a computer lab that is on the bottom floor of the C building, and it's closed. It's been closed all year, so I don't know if that's like a COVID like staffing thing, but hopefully it's open in the future for whoever is watching this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about living in the Livy Apartments, I would be more than happy to answer it. But that's it for now. That is it for all the dorm tours of my Rutgers career. If you know somebody that's gonna be a freshman, or you know somebody that's gonna be a junior or sophomore and they wanna check out the Easton Ave Apartments or a regular dorm tour, go check out my other videos. I'll link them in the eye in the corner of your screen. But for now, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, it's a big help, and I will see you guys all again next time when I have graduated college. Goodbye.